All right, AJT Jungle, let's go ahead and recap the morning real quick. I didn't trade equities this morning. I'm on some medication. I'm actually doing this early because I got to run to the doctor. It's crazy. My wife and I are breaking down at the same time. If she's not at the doctor, I'm at the doctor. And they're both trying to figure out, what they need to do to keep our vital numbers or statistics in play or in check. But it's getting to be aggravating at this point. But I didn't trade because I had to take some medicine for my appointment today. And I traded, not thinking I was trading futures last night and just completely lost my mind. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. But just to kind of go over what we were looking at this morning, we were looking at Netflix, and this one was one of the few that was looking to break out over its pre-market high and making a run up. Now Netflix, as we know, it trades on lighter volume, so the spread is a little bit hard to deal with. I traded this yesterday, did pretty good on it, but I had to eat the spread initially. But if you learn how to manage the spread, or even if you trade smaller size and then add, once you get on the right side of things, it can be really lucrative. We had some news come out on Netflix, and you could see this thing ran. If you got in on the aggressive entry like we were looking at, you should have gotten in around 689. This thing ran all the way to 710 without any significant pullback. This pullback isn't really significant. It was just kind of bumping the road. But this was a really, really nice move on Netflix. Now, the reversal you probably couldn't get. This was a big, one candle pullback. Unless you guessed on this, it would have been difficult to trade, or unless you were trading on a smaller time frame. But that was Netflix. Another one we were looking at, Tesla. And I was actually thinking, you can see Tesla was up pre-market. We had to pull back with the market going into the open. And just like the market, the dip got bought. Let me pause. Let me mute him real quick. Just like the market, kind of the dip got bought, and then it sold back off. I was looking for 230 out of this, but it never did, take out it. The 5-minute candle set the high, and then that was it. And you didn't really have any clean opening range breakdown trades, because you would have been shorting into the 100 period moving average, red to green, the 200, and you just don't short in all of that. Even though this would have worked, you just don't do it. That's a bad habit to get into. And then looking at, and I'm going over these because, I've had people tell me, look, watching the same stocks every day doesn't pay off. It pays off. If you're smart and you're patient and you're consistent, it pays off. Okay, here's NVIDIA. Patient move. It takes out the pre-market low, takes out the 5-minute open range low. It's pretty volatile, but it hasn't broken down. So yeah, the volatility would give you some deep breaths, but it never came back and even traded over the 5-minute opening range low. So technically, the trade is still in play. It is, still 100% in play. And then Meta, These stocks, some days they may not do anything, but you'll find one or two. Meta didn't really do much today. It did yesterday, but it didn't really do much today. But that's kind of what we were, that was our day. Today, Microsoft. Oh, I forgot about Microsoft. That's the quiet one. I always tend to forget about Microsoft because it's so quiet all the time. It didn't really do much. It did break out, but not a whole lot of follow through on this. And looking at the price action here, pre-market, you could kind of get a feel that this wasn't going to do much. So if it didn't go short, it really wasn't going to do much. But that was that. Now, let's look at the futures, and here's the example. This morning was an example. Look, if you're not 100%, don't trade. Okay, if you're not 100%, don't trade, because it's real easy to get caught up in this trading thing and get you all messed up. I think it's MGCZ, I think. So let me see if I could get back to the crapshoot. Here it is. This is the crapshoot last night. Okay, here I tried to short it and it didn't work. This was the big loss. Okay, and these two were kind of minor. Here's where I think short. It just didn't work. I mean, nothing I did worked. Here I bought and sold it, and just ignorant. So I just could not get a grip on things. I could not get a grip on things. I should have, when I got it back to under $100, I should have left it alone. But then this was the mistake I made. I bought it, ended up selling it and losing $300. So that was that. Just now, the reason why I stopped, I know 500 is the max, and I told you I learned the hard way on the first account. If you hit 500 and they stop you, you lose your account. So you have to stop yourself. So with all of the over trading I did with the commissions they charge, I was $70 short of the $500 max. And here I was at the end of yesterday, I was, just under $400 away from claiming this account and then starting a new one today. I want to get 3 on this, and I've got 2 Apex ready to go. I need 1 more, so we can, we'll be working together. Like I said, in the Futures Academy, we're going to be trading this together, step by step, from beginning, the eval process to performance paying account to payout. And then we just rinse and repeat. And eventually, we're going to have, performance paying accounts all the way around. But the goal is to kind of get you to understand what has to be done in order to stay consistent. And a big part of this is knowing when to stop. Okay, knowing when to stop. And yeah, I had all kind of um, missing out, missing out feelings. All kind of missing out feelings right now. Oh no, that's not the right one. You know, you can see I had all kind of missing out feelings. Look at that. Look at the nice run up. I could have been set this morning, but it is what it is. You have to be disciplined, and that's what um, the whole concept of this Futures Academy is to get you geared to make the right choices so you can make money. Because if you're never getting to payout status, even though you pass evals and you can't get to payout, there's a disconnect. There is a disconnect, and you guys have to figure it out. It was pretty simple for me to figure it out based on all my experience and everything that I've been through, you know, with equities the last 13, 14 years. So it's not hard. You just have to be willing to put in the work. There's nothing out here that's going to get you to where you want to be without you putting in the work. I hate to say it, but that's it. So that's it for me this morning. Getting ready to go get poked and prodded, and I'll be back to check with you guys on the flip side.